Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. It's Beer 30. Let's go take a walk, see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. I do appreciate you stopping by, guys. Today's beer comes from Aslin Beer Company. These guys are in Virginia. They are a hard beer to get a hold of in this part of Virginia. I don't think they distribute it very far, if they do at all. This was brought to me by my brother Greg. He came down and visited and brought an assortment of beers from these guys because he had heard that they making some awesome beers, and I have heard they're making some awesome beers. But very limited distribution, if there is any at all. So can't get them in this part of Virginia, and they're about they're about 3 hours away from me. So this is their orange Starfish, and they make a double orange Starfish and a triple orange. And he brought me one of each. And from what he was telling me, the double is the one that sells out real quick for some reason. And he was actually he went in and asked for it, and he heard the guy in front of him ask for it, and she said they was out of it. So when he stepped up there, he asked for it, and she said we're out of it. And he said, well, do you do any trades? He said, well, it depends. We're not supposed to, but it depends on what it is. And he told her what he had, and she said, wait a minute, let me go look. So she was able to dig him up a 4-pack. So sometimes money doesn't do any good. If they're looking for something that's tasty, and I think he brought in a Focal Banger from Alchemist and maybe a Trillium or a Treehouse. So don't know what all he traded for it, but he was able to get his hands on it. And as soon as he stepped away, the guy behind him asked for the same thing again for the double orange Starfish. So evidently that's the most popular one because that's the one they were out of. So sometimes it pays to have something to trade instead of having coins in your pocket. So let's get on with this one, guys. This is a New England style IPA. Not a big beer, coming in at 5.7% ABV. So a little lower than what my average pickup beers, if it's not at least 7% or close to it, I usually don't buy them. So yeah, hopefully a lot of times these New England style beers have a lot of flavor and taste that make up for it, and that's the reason why I don't buy them, because I find the less than 7%ers to be a little thin and watery a lot of times. So let's get on with this and see what we have here, guys. We'll step over to Untapped and see if they have any additional information, and they do not. 5.7%, and they say on their description, Orange Starfish is a double dry hopped IPA with Citra and Galaxies. Two awesome hops that work very, very well together, guys. Some of the most tastiest beers that I've reviewed for you have had Citra and Galaxy. Galaxy is a southern hemisphere hop, and where Citra is a big, bold, citrusy hop from North America. So that's all we need to talk about. Now that we're not doing the food pairings and glassware, you see the glass that I'm using, the one that I typically use on 90% of the beer reviews, unless it's a lager or something like that. My favorite glass, Sovereign beer glass, and I'm making a mess. And we're going to pour this fairly aggressive. And it's a big 16-ounce can, plain Jane silver can with a wraparound stick on the label, which tells me they're concentrating on what's inside the can, as opposed to printing up a bunch of fancy artwork cans that gets recycled or thrown away. That looks like a glass of orange juice, guys, right there. Finger of head. Awesome looking beer there. Awesome looking beer. Thanks a bunch, Greg. I do appreciate it. I don't think I've had anything from these guys before. Nobody has sent me anything yet from these guys. So let's see what we got. Let's get it to the nose. Very nice citrusy orange. Hints of pine and pineapple. I'm getting a little bit of melon in there. I mean, maybe a little bit of tropical fruit. Maybe even some peaches. Smells awesome. First beer of the day. I'm thirsty. How about you? Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Greg. Very nice. Very, very nice. The aroma is a little more stronger than the actual taste. I don't want to say it's thin or watery, but the taste is a little subdued, and that's probably because it's a 5.7%. But as far as all the ones he brought me come straight from the brewery. They aren't dating their stuff. I wish they would. Maybe they will in the future. Like I said, I'm not sure if they distribute. If they do, they do need to get the dating machine. But pretty tasty. It is pretty tasty for 5.7%. A little bit of dankness in there. Very pleasant. Very pleasant. So let me throw the back end pour in here. It's a little pithy, but very enjoyable, very quaffable, very tasty. I would probably buy this beer if I get it here, even though it's not up to the ABV range that I typically pick up for my go-to beers, guys. So, well, let's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. Let's sip on it for a little bit, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Got a little bit left here. Awesome lacing is leaving or left on the glass here. A very tasty New England style IPA. To me, it's just a little thin and watery. Not too bad. Like I said, I would probably buy this if it was available here because I can't get a lot of New England style IPAs here. You know, kind of on a second note, I kind of wish these guys would distribute to this side of Virginia, but you know, maybe they can't. Maybe they're not big enough to do that. So hopefully down the road they will be, and they will be able to get a dating machine where they can date the stuff. So coming from the brewery, it's probably the freshest thing that's available, I would think. So let's do the final chug here. A little bit of spiciness from the Galaxy hops. Nice citrusy notes and tangerine oranges, and a little bit of grapefruit pineapple from the Citra hops. Not as full-bodied as some of the other ones, but they have a little bit bigger ABV into the 7 and 8%. But, you know, still find it very tasty. I enjoyed this. So, Greg, once again, my brother, I do appreciate you picking up the beers from this brewery when you came down. I was pretty sure they were going to be pretty awesome. I heard a lot of good things about this brewery. So if you get a chance to visit them, I would recommend it highly. I would like to do that myself, to be honest about it, guys. So if you've had it, let me know what you think. To me, guys, I'm gonna give this, because it doesn't have the dating on it, but it did come from the brewery. And being a little thin, being at 5.7%, probably going to go against the grade a little bit. I do think it's an A beer, but I'm going to give it an A-. I'm going to give this a 93 is where I'm going to put it, guys. So let's run over to Beer Advocate, and they say 4.46, outstanding. Excellent numbers from those guys there. Really, really good numbers from those guys. And for our final check-in, we'll run over to Untapped, and they have it at 4.21. Yeah, that's about where I'm putting it there, guys. So a lot of times I tend to agree more with Untapped than I do Beer Advocate. So that's going to wrap it up on this one. If you've had it, this is the Orange Starfish from Aslin Beer Company. Let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.